Hey everyone, and welcome to the club, and welcome to another Pokemon Fusion Challenge. Today I'll be fusing Dialga with Vaporeon. I'm going to get started with Dialga's head armor. So on the side here, I'm just going to draw a little angled line coming down and towards the right. From here, we're going to draw a spike that goes up towards the right side. So going up at an angle. Now we're going to pull this back down, so we're going to taper it to a point. From this point here, I'm just going to angle downwards, doing a hard turn, coming down. Now I'm going to draw a curve down to a spike towards the chin. Curving down. And we'll pull this back up, again tapering it upwards. Now from here I want to draw an angled line coming down. Now I want to come up in an angle with a straight line. Going up to right about there. Now from these 2 points I want to draw two straight lines coming out. From the top, straight across. And at the bottom we're going to go straight across, the same length. On the top here, I just want to draw a little angled line going up towards the left. Now I want to draw a straight line that goes out towards the tip. So I'm going to start on the outside, draw a straight line coming in. On the end, I'm just going to square this off with an angled line. Now I'm going to take this point and just draw a straight line towards the bottom here. Starting from the tip, just pull the pen towards us. From here, I'm going to tuck in Dialga's face. So from this corner here, I just want to curve down and forward. Across to right about there. Now I'm going to curve in the opposite direction, down towards the top of the mouth. Now I'm going to draw on the top of the mouth that just goes beyond that point there. So with a curve, going across to the tip of the mouth. Now I'm going to pull this back in the opposite direction to right about here. Now I want to overlap the bottom part of the mouth. So we're going to step up, draw a curve going over, and then we're going to pull that back in behind. From here I'm going to draw two little fangs, so two upside down triangles side. Now I'm going to take the front of the bottom of the jaw and just curve that in behind this little claw. Going up like that. Let's add a little trim on the bottom of the mouth, just curving across. From the front of the mouth, I just want to curve up, just follow that same curve going upwards. We're going to angle up with a straight line. Now I'm going to curve the top of the brow, going in behind this little head spike. Now under here, I'm just going to tuck in his eyes. So starting from this corner, I'm just going to curve up underneath. Now in here I want to draw a little half circle for the iris and then a tiny little dot in the center for the pupil. Now I'm going to color this bottom area in black. Let's add two curved stripes in the face. So starting on the inside of the eye, I'm going to curve down to the top of the mouth. I'm going to step over and draw one more. In the top of the head here, I just want to draw a little curve at the top of the skull. Starting up here and curving down. We're going to draw that same spike on the back side of the head. So right here, I'm just going to draw a straight line going out and then pulling that back in behind the head. I'm going to add that same spike in behind the mouth here. So starting at the top of the mouth here, angle down, we'll curve down the side of the mouth, and we'll just tuck that back in underneath the lower jaw. Let's continue this curve in behind the head here. So I'm going to start in the back here with a short angled line. Now I'm going to curve the top of the head, just aiming towards that point there. Curving across and then down. I'm going to duplicate this end on the back side here. So I'm going to start up here on the back of the head, a short line that goes across. I'm going to angle this on the end and just pull this in with an angled line in behind. Now I want to add some fins around the head. So at the top here, I'm going to start with an angled line that goes up and back towards the left. I'm going to pull this back down, so tapering it down. And now I want to add the little fin on the back here. So from the tip, draw a little curve going up. I'm going to pull this in towards the top of the head. Now I'm going to take this point and just draw an angled line coming in towards the face. Let's draw one more fin on the side here. So I'm going to step back from the tip right here. Curve in and out, do it again, curving in and out, and then one final time coming in towards the body and then down. Now I'm going to take that point and curve in towards that point here, curving up. I'm going to take these 2 points and draw angled lines going in towards the face. Now I don't want to go all the way across, I'm just going to let it sort of vanish off like that, draw one more below it. From here, I'm going to tuck the neck in behind the head. So starting just on the left side here, I'm going to curve down and out towards the left. For the back side of the neck. Now on this side, I'm going to go in the opposite direction. Starting underneath this point, curving down and out towards the right. let's add a little stripe detail here. So from this corner, I'm just going to curve down towards the back of the neck. Now I'm going to continue with the back side and just sort of transform the body in towards Vaporeon's tail. So let's start back up here. I'm going to step up from that point and draw a curve for the back. Curving back to right about there. Now I'm going to add the little spines that stick up from the back here. So starting with the center point here, draw a short line going across. Now I'm going to take these 2 points and angle outwards. Going out on one side, and then just getting a little bit wider on the right. We take these 2 points and curve up towards the top, leaving a little space at the very top so we can just close this off with a straight line. Let's take this and draw another one on the left side here. So starting at the base, start with a straight line. We're going to go up the side on the right. Now on the left, we're going to angle it outwards. We take these 2 points and just angle in behind the head. So coming in, and then the same thing on the right side. We're going to draw one more on the right here. So we're going to take this and just angle it out further. Starting at the base, draw a straight line across. On the left side, we're going to go up in an angle. And on the right, we're going to go a little bit wider out to here. Now we take these 2 points and come in towards the center. Again, leaving a gap at the top. So I can close it off with a straight line. Now in between these side points, I'm just going to connect it with a straight line here. On the right side. Now down here, I'm just going to step down and just draw an angled line coming down behind the body. I'm going to do the same thing on the right side here. So angling down and over towards the right, to right about here. I want to curve the top part of the thigh. So I'm going to curve forward towards the left and then down. I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Now from here I'm going to have to draw in the tail because it overlaps the whole body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this point, curve the back side of the tail, and then just kind of go up above the body and then down. Starting here, curve around the back, down towards the bottom of the tail. We're going to come up and then down towards the tip. I'm going to start back at the tip of the tail and just kind of go a little bit wider as I come back in towards the body here. Starting at the point, start to widen out, getting a little bit thicker, going across, and I'm just going to pull that up to right about there. From here I'm going to add in the tail fin. So starting from this point, I'm going to work my way upwards. So curving out, in, and then out. I'm going to work my way back on the outside. So from here I'm going to come down, go back up, and then just pull us in behind the tail. We're going to take that and flip it over on the bottom side. Starting from the tip, we'll curve out to the right and then back down. And I'm going to do a straight curve going all the way back up, aiming towards this top line right there. Let's go back to the front of the body and tuck the leg in behind the tail here. So I'm going to do a curve going in the opposite direction. Curving down and then behind the tail. We're going to add the chest in here. Starting on the side here, I'm going to curve over towards the right, leaving a gap between that and the tail. Now I'm going to draw in the front part of the leg. Starting up here, just lining up the top there, curving down behind the tail. We're going to move over towards the right and draw the back side of the leg. So from here, I'm going to curve up. We're going to draw the thigh coming across. So in behind the tail right here, I'm going to curve up, then over towards the right. Let's add in that chest detail here. So from this point, draw a straight line going up. Now I'm going to curve in and then up alongside the center of the neck. From here I'm just going to square it off. Now I'm going to curve in the opposite direction. Curving back towards the right. Now from here I'm going to curve around the front of that leg. Curving around and then down. In the front here, at this point I'm going to go across with a straight line. Come down towards the right. Come down towards the left. And then I'm going to connect that side to the inside point with a straight line. Now from these corners, I just want to pull a couple lines out. So from here, I'm going to curve up, aiming towards that point. From this point, I'm going to aim towards there with a short line. And then from this bottom point, I'm just going to aim towards the bottom corner, coming down. Let's add some of the scales in the back of the neck right here. So we start underneath the fin, we're going to go out and then down with a short line. We're not going to connect it to the neck, because we're going to go up about halfway and do that again, going up and then down. And then we're going to repeat this down the side of the neck. Right about here, and now we're just going to vanish it off. Go in towards the side of the neck there. Along the side of the tail, I just want to add some of that stripe detail that Dialga has. So we're going to start right about here. On the top, we're going to angle in. We'll do the same thing on the bottom. Now I'm going to curve the center of the tail all the way to the side of the body. So we're going to curve down, and we'll just pull this up alongside the side of the body, just blending it in. I'm going to go back to the bottom and do the same thing. So we're going to curve around. We're going to go a little bit wider as we get towards the side of the body, and we'll just taper that up. We're going to add some stripes on the front side of the leg. So starting on the inside here, at the bottom of the tail, we're going to curve up, kind of going out toward the left. We'll flatten off the top. Now we're going to curve down in the opposite direction. Down. Let's draw one more on the side here. Just tuck it against the side of the leg. Draw a straight line coming out. Now we're going to curve down towards the top of the tail. Up in this area, I just want to add a little wrinkle for the front leg. So just a little curve like that. I'm going to take this front leg and just continue it behind this tail here. So this front part of the leg, I'm going to start down, just lining it up, curve down and out towards the left. I'm going to draw a straight line across the bottom. I'm going to go back up to the top and draw the same thing. So curving over that line and then drawing a straight line back. I'm going to take this point and just draw a straight line going up behind the tail. Just going up like that. I'm going to step over and just curve across again, just over that point. Now I'm going to pull that back up with an angled line, and then I'm going to pull that back up again with a curve in behind the tail. Let's draw on the heel. From this point, I'm going to curve back. Now I'm going to curve it back up underneath the tail. Let's continue this leg in the back here. So we're going to line up the bottom, just below the tail, curving out towards the left. Draw a straight line across the bottom. We're going to go back to the starting point and curve down again over that line so it extends below. And we're going to go across again. I'm going to take this point and just curve up towards the top. Up like this. I'm going to step over just like we did on the right side here, curving across over that point. Draw a straight line across. I'm going to pull this up with a curve toward the top. Now I'm going to do the same heel. So from this point, I'm going to curve it back. I'm going to curve it forward underneath the tail. Up in this area just below the belly, I'm going to curve in the opposite direction just to continue the top of the leg. Now for the hind leg, I'm going to do pretty much the same thing as I did in the front. So right here, draw an angled line going forward. I'm going to pull that back. We're going to curve over that line, and then we'll pull it back with a straight line. Do that one more time, curving over, pulling that back. Now here I'm just going to curve it up underneath the tail, and we're going to draw on the heel. So from this point I'm going to curve out. I'm going to pull this up underneath the tail, going forward. I'm going to add one more stripe detail in here. Starting on the side, I'm going to curve up. I'm going to curve up again, going over towards the right to a point. Now I'm going to curve in the opposite direction, curving down, and curving down just above the tail. And that's pretty much it. There's our Dialga Vaporeon fusion. I hope you enjoyed today's art challenge. We need a cool name for this character, so just add your suggestions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.